harder for me. My brain had to shift in a different way. How do you fight a good boxer or somebody that makes you not only think, but make you possibly come for them at certain points in the fight?
Honestly, it's a game of patience.
I would rather fight a guy who was trying to press me. It's one or two things I got to look out for. Okay, you trying to press me, trying to cut off the ring, and I know you're looking for power. I was always used to being on my angle.
Moving. He don't mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to make Teofimo more eager and overzealous. Like, look at him versus, what's the dude's name? Jermaine
Ortiz?
Yeah, Jermaine Ortiz, you feel me? He was trying to force it.
Yeah.
So I think that's where Shakur will try to take advantage. But who knows? Shakur may be on trying to be on some pressure stuff. Like you seen, yeah, you seen. So maybe he trying to prove a point as well. And maybe he running high off the Terrence Crawford Canelo thing. He probably trying to prove a point like him and do something with it. So it's really a toss-up. But for the most part, leaning towards Shakur.
And how Shakur is like Floyd in this way?
Yeah.
He's like Floyd in this way. Everyone's able to boxing IQ, the defense, whatever, and Shakur's a southpaw, but he makes fewer mistakes than the other guy.
Andre Ward warns the world. Shakur Stevenson might be in way over his head against Teofimo Lopez. Andre Ward breaks down Teofimo Lopez, calling him a master at controlling the ring. He says Teofimo knows exactly how to press his opponents, bait them, and force them to play his game, and he's extremely effective at it. Ward admits that if it were him in the ring, any strategy against Teofimo would have to be much tougher and smarter. When asked how he plans to beat such a talented fighter, Shakur Stevenson explains his approach. He'll patiently push the fight, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, using what he calls a technique of patience to handle Teofimo's dangerous style.
I would rather fight a guy who was trying to press me. It's one or two things I got to look out for. Okay, you trying to press me, trying to cut off the ring, and I know you're looking for power. I was always used to being on my angles, using the perimeter of the ring, and just, making dudes make mistakes and making them pay for it. But when you saying, nah, come get me, I need you to move around, that was a lot harder for me. My brain had to shift in a different way. How do you fight a good boxer or somebody that makes you not only think, but make you possibly come for them at certain points in the fight?
Honestly, it's a game of patience. I think that you just gotta have patience, and sometimes things don't open up in the first 3 rounds or the first 4 rounds. But them things that may open up in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th round.
Shakur Stevenson reveals his plan, calling it a patience game, a strategy he says has guided most of his career. He compares it to a chess match, where every move is calculated, teaching him to stay calm and wait for the perfect moment. While the world focuses on how he will handle Teofimo Lopez's aggressive style, Stevenson believes Teofimo is actually the ideal matchup for him. He feels this fight is tailor-made, the right challenge at the perfect time in his career, and a chance to showcase both his skill and his strategic mind.
I think majority of the game is come down to just having patience and being mentally strong enough to withstand the patience game, because good boxers is going to be both patient, and the one that's the most patient is the one who's going to be the most successful.
Adding to the build-up, legendary coach Jose Benavidez Sr. warns that this is a fight where no one can afford to relax for a second. Both Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson possess serious power and elite skill, making every round crucial. Benavidez points out that Teofimo is a natural showman, and when he's locked in and focused, he becomes extremely dangerous. Keeping in mind the warning from Andre Ward for Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo has the tools to shine and potentially dominate Stevenson on fight night.
I think with Teofimo, what I've seen, he's been going through a lot of problems, and I'm with him because, at the end of the day, you grow with these guys and you see what they go through, and they have so much talent, and they just lose a little bit of focus, and boxing will make you pay for that, So I'm just hoping that he's 100% back and focused, and man, when he's focused, that guy is dangerous. So if he's focused, we're having a great fight. We're having a good fight. And you can't blink, because both of these guys have power.
Seeing this as an even matchup, Jose Benavidez Sr. says both fighters have what it takes to win, but the one who steps in fully prepared and healthy will have the advantage. He points out that while Stevenson has faced some issues noted by analysts like Tim Bradley, Teofimo Lopez looks completely focused and battle-ready. Benavidez clearly leans toward Teofimo, believing that his combination of preparation, skill, and power gives him the upper hand to take control and come out on top in this showdown.
Both of them are so good, and like I said, whoever shows up that night is the one that's going to be more focused and take that fight. In my opinion, I think it's a 50-50 fight. It could go either way. Like I said, you know, whoever can stay focused and come 100% prepared, no injuries, is the one.
Adding another perspective, Norman Bryan Jr. predicts that Shakur Stevenson will come out on top. While he respects Teofimo Lopez's style and the guidance he's receiving, Bryan highlights Stevenson's discipline and relentless focus. He believes Shakur consistently shows up fully prepared, and even against a powerhouse like Teofimo, his patience, strategy, and composure will allow him to control the fight and secure the victory.
I feel like Shakur gonna pull it off. And the reason being is because of discipline. Like, you look at Shakur as a whole, he don't care about getting booed. He don't care about anything like that. He care about winning. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Y'all tried to boo him for the Edwin De Los Santos fight. Yeah. And y'all were trying to downplay him and things of that nature. But look, y'all looking at him, ready to watch him fight again versus Teofimo. Would you look at that? Right. You feel me? Right. But no matter what, who hand was raised. So I feel like Shakur gonna get that. And Teo, I ain't trying to take nothing from him. I feel like he's a great fighter as well, very athletic, very talented, and skillful as well. But I just feel like the patience of Shakur is what's going to do it.
Bryan also emphasizes Stevenson's discipline and patience, noting that his calm under pressure could frustrate Teofimo Lopez and lure him into mistakes. He points to Teofimo's bout with Jamaine Ortiz as an example of how Lopez can struggle when forced into tough positions. By contrast, Bryan highlights Shakur's ability to thrive under pressure, as he did against William Zepeda. Considering all this, Bryan leans strongly towards Stevenson, believing his strategy, composure, and ring intelligence could secure him the win in this high-stakes matchup.
I won't say anything else at all, just straight up patience of Shakur. He don't mind just stealing you off on one and just moving. He don't mind. Yeah. And I feel like that's gonna make Teofimo more eager and overzealous. Like, look at him versus, what's the dude's name? Jamaine
Ortiz?
Yeah, Jamaine Ortiz, you feel me? He was trying to force it. Yeah. So I think that's where Shakur will try to take advantage. But who knows? Shakur may be on some, trying to be on some pressure stuff. Like you seen, you seen. So maybe he trying to prove a point as well. And maybe he running high off the Terrence Crawford Canelo thing. He probably trying to prove a point like him and do something with it. So it's really a toss-up, but for the most part, leaning towards Shakur.
Jamaine Ortiz, who has shared the ring with Teofimo Lopez, adds his own warning. He stresses that Teofimo must perfect his ability to cut off the ring during training, and quickly. Ortiz reflects on their own fight, where Lopez struggled to make key adjustments, and warns that repeating those mistakes against someone like Shakur Stevenson could be disastrous. With Stevenson's superior skill, discipline, and ring IQ, Ortiz believes Teofimo is facing a far greater challenge this time, making preparation and strategy more crucial than ever.
It's a good matchup. I think Shakur will win the fight. And yeah, I think we'll see the best of both that night.
When people do break down this fight, a lot of people take your fight with Teofimo into account. Do you think he struggles particularly, I think it's obvious that he struggles particularly with like your style and Shakur, and he will struggle with Shakur's style, like based off of, I guess, of your fight?
Yeah, hopefully during training camp they learn how to cut off the ring. We'll see.
Reflecting on his own experience in the ring with Teofimo Lopez, Jamaine Ortiz challenges the idea that Lopez is unpredictable. Ortiz explains that everything Teofimo did in their fight was anticipated. There were no real surprises. Against a fighter like Shakur Stevenson, Ortiz believes Teofimo will struggle even more to land clean, powerful shots. He cautions that Lopez must be mentally prepared for a difficult challenge, as Stevenson's precision, skill, and ring IQ create obstacles unlike anything Teofimo has faced before.
Yeah, I don't. It's gonna be hard for Teofimo to get in some punches off on Shakur, but we'll see. We'll see.
I guess asking you, being in the ring with Teofimo, was there anything that surprised you with him in terms of not the success you had, but like, was there anything you thought would be harder or anything that he did that you didn't expect?
No. Everything. Training camp went so well for that fight that everything I seen, already expected and seen it coming.
Andre Ward isn't the only one intrigued by this matchup. Shane Mosley breaks down the clash of styles between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, both known for their high ring IQ and technical skill. Stevenson thrives sitting back, picking shots and boxing smart, while Teofimo combines athleticism with movement to create constant pressure. On fight night, Mosley says, it all comes down to which approach dominates the ring. He said, which fighter can impose their will on the other, which can impose their style on the other style. Shakur Stevenson has a very strong style where he can sit back and pot-shot you and box. Teofimo can also box and is very athletic and can get from side to side and can make things difficult for you as well. So which style is going to impose on the other is what we want to see. Shane Mosley says the opening rounds of Stevenson versus Lopez could be decisive, with subtle shifts in control hinting at who will take over the fight. He notes that Stevenson may need to show a different kind of heart to handle Teofimo, while Lopez could also reveal something new. He added, I think you're going to need a couple of rounds, but the first round is going to be very interesting. Maybe you see some tells, but maybe 2 or 3, you're going to start seeing one leave the other. Shakur might have to show something different if he has to go after Teofimo Lopez. He might have to show some different type of heart we haven't seen, and vice versa. Former two-weight champion Zab Judah predicts fireworks when Teofimo Lopez faces Shakur Stevenson on January 31st. While Lopez enters his 4th title defense as a slight underdog, Stevenson aims to become a 4-weight world champion. Many expect a tactical battle, but Judah believes one fighter could dominate. He warns that Stevenson's skills may completely overwhelm Lopez, delivering a level of action the young champion has never faced before.
Or will be stopping Teo? Am I right?
Annihilation, decapitation. Is that what you're talking about? You going back to my comments? Yeah. I feel like Teo's a very dominant force, but I just think that the skills of Shakur Stevens is gonna overwhelm Teo. It's gonna overwhelm. Yeah. He's never seen this type of action before yet.
Despite predictions of a tactical battle, Zab Judah hopes the fight will be all-out action. He says neither Teofimo Lopez nor Shakur Stevenson will back down, in an exciting contest over 12 rounds, or however long it lasts. Judah's message is clear. He wants both fighters to give everything they have and leave nothing in the ring.
You got 2 fighters that's coming in there to solidify themselves as the game changer. Teo's not gonna lay down. Shakur is not gonna lay down. It's going to be skill versus skill. Teo's a very talented, skillful fighter. Shakur is a very extremely talented, skillful fighter. And yes, we're going to see a great chess match that night.
Gary Antoine Russell says the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson clash on January 31st is a true 50-50 matchup, with the outcome depending on which fighter shows up that night. He highlights the contrasting strengths. Teofimo brings raw power, athleticism, and fight IQ, while Stevenson is technically sharp, mentally mature, and carefully calculated. Russell notes that Stevenson's caution sometimes draws criticism, but it also gives him a wide arsenal to control the fight, just as Teofimo can impose his style if he's fully ready.
You know, in order for you to participate in this sport, you gotta have a high level of confidence. I feel like both of them has a high level of confidence, Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but styles make fights. Naturally, I think Teofimo Lopez is stronger than Shakur. Naturally, I think he has more athleticism than Shakur, and he got a good IQ on the sport itself. But Shakur, I feel like he's a more smarter fighter. He's a more technical fighter. You know, I'm not saying that he's a square or he's just a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned, he's poised. I feel like mentally he's more mature. Like, he don't go outside of the boundaries on taking risks. So a lot of times you'll see him fight somebody that could be stiff competition, and it'll wind up being a born fight to a degree.
When it comes to predicting the winner, Russell believes it comes down to Teofimo Lopez showing up like he did against Vasily Lomachenko. If he brings the same intensity, power, and strategy, Russell thinks Teofimo has the edge over Stevenson, despite Stevenson's skill and experience. In other words, the fight is still wide open, but a focused, battle-ready Teofimo could tilt it in his favor.
You know, that's why everybody was criticizing him. Oh, he's a born fighter. He's a careful fighter. And I feel like with Teofimo Lopez, he's going to be a careful fighter. You know, just because he's a careful fighter doesn't mean that he isn't punctual with how he do things. I think Shakur, he got a lot in his arsenal that he can use to make him be victorious, as well as Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? So it's a 50-50 fight, and it depends on what fighters show up the night of the fight. Right. You know, but if I had to give you my whole honest truth, if Teofimo Lopez show up and is ready to fight just like how he fought Lomachenko, he'll win.
Meanwhile, Gabriel Rosado is backing Shakur Stevenson to come out on top against Teofimo Lopez. He argues that while Teofimo relies on natural athleticism and raw power, he lacks the technical foundation to truly dominate a skilled opponent. Stevenson, by contrast, is a more seasoned and fundamentally sound boxer, with abilities built on precision and experience. Rosado believes Shakur will punish Teofimo for every mistake and systematically expose his weaknesses, making it a tough night for the young champion if he isn't fully prepared.
I favor Shakur in this one. You know what I mean? I think Teal is a phenomenal fighter, great fighter. But Teal to me is more like he has those athletic skills that you don't teach. You know what I'm saying? It's like it comes to him.
Yeah, I think Lopez goes well.
It comes to him naturally. Yeah. But I think that's what's going to nip him against Shakur. Right. Because Shakur is fundamentally sound.
Correct.
So when a guy that has this athletic ability and does things that are not fundamentally sound fights a guy that's seasoned like a Shakur, he's gonna make you pay. And that's just how I see it. I think it's a great matchup.
Backing his opinion, Max Kellerman also weighed in, comparing Shakur Stevenson to a young Floyd Mayweather. Kellerman sees strong similarities in their styles, noting Stevenson's defensive skills, ring IQ, and athleticism mirror those of Mayweather. He further explains that these traits make Stevenson a particularly tricky challenge for Teofimo Lopez, as his precision, timing, and ability to control the fight can frustrate even the most powerful and aggressive opponents. According to Kellerman, Stevenson's style could pose unique problems that Lopez hasn't fully faced before.
But I just favor.
Now Shakur is like Floyd in this way.
Yeah.
He's like Floyd in this way. Everyone's able the boxing IQ, the defense, whatever, and Shakur's a southpaw, but he makes fewer mistakes than the other guy.
Yes, he does.
Really, what Floyd did, he was like a football team that never turns the ball over. Like if you need to throw the if you need to throw the ball away, throw it away. Waste that down, right? But don't turn it over.
One thing's for sure, this fight is anyone's game. From Andre Ward to Max Kellerman, from Zab Judah to Jermaine Ortiz, both Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson are elite, dangerous, and capable of turning this battle on its head. Will raw power and athleticism prevail, or will skill, patience, and ring IQ rule the night? The countdown is on, and you don't want to miss a second of it. Comment below, who do you see taking the victory on January 31st? And make sure to hit that subscribe button for all the fight breakdowns, predictions, and post-fight reactions.